Hi guys, this is Zilla and back on the public test realm server, and this is the USS Ranger, the Tier 6 U.S. aircraft carrier. The reason I'm doing this import right now is basically it's the same as my previous video. You get upgraded planes, you get to Wildcats, you get to Devastators, but then they're sticking with the Vindicator, which was a fine plane. It served the British very well in Burma and the Far East, but you don't have the Dauntless, which is kind of a disappointment to me. Maybe you get it at Tier 8, I don't know. But the reason I wanted to show you this is because of the captain skills. They've made some changes to the captain skills. And as an aircraft carrier captain, basically you want to stick with anything to do with your plane. So air supremacy, it makes your aircraft rotate faster. Torpedo speed, I find this to be almost a must. In that torpedo bomb, it reduces the lead that you have to give the ship and doesn't give them such a chance to maneuver away from your torpedoes. Aircraft speed, getting to and from the target quicker. The aircraft armor, with the anti-aircraft defenses as vicious as they are, this is almost a necessity. This one's rather new. They introduced planes to the survivability expert skill, and it gives your aircraft 50 extra HP for this skill. So based on my experience with the beta and now the PTR, this becomes a necessity because your planes get shot down so quickly. And then the sight stabilization. What this does is when you're going in to make a drop, it makes that reticle a little bit more refined. Okay, it reduces the aiming time. If you've played World of Tanks, you know that reticle circle comes down. Well, the same thing here. With the torpedo bombers, that V narrows to a line, and the aiming circle for the bombs goes from big to small. Well, this makes it go that much faster. So the amount of time that you're exposed to that anti-aircraft fire directly, short range anti-aircraft fire, is reduced. There are other skills that will be useful too. This is only a 15-point captain, so the concealment expert for U.S. carriers probably is a must. I don't know that it would be for the Japanese carriers, but I would definitely say almost a must. The fire extinguishing, fire prevention would probably also be good, but these are all for your ship, and to be honest, you really don't have any control over your ship. This restores the engine boost. I have found the engine boost to be almost completely useless. I don't even know why they have it. Some people may use it and get more mileage of it. I don't. It's to me, it's just completely useless. So we're going to get into a game, a random battle. I guarantee I'll be going mostly against bots in the Ranger, and we'll see what it does. But yeah. So segue here. Talk to you in a little bit of snippet to show you just how sparsely populated the PTR is right now. And let me just simply put this out there. It's my opinion. If it offends you, you probably need to be offended. But when this goes live, don't you dare bitch. Where are you? Where are you? 14 players in the range? 10 players? 4 players in queue? Really? When this goes live, don't go bitch into wargaming because you didn't know or you didn't like it. Because here's your opportunity to test it, and you're not doing it. You're not participating. You're not helping. Those that are in the forums, whether I agree with you or not, hey, props to you. So that's all I'll say about that. Most of these are going to be against bots. Again, this is nice. Kudos to Wargaming for putting this here. If you can read, and most of us can, and you're willing to read, that's the key, right? This really helps new players figure out what's going on with the aircraft carriers. It helps with the surface ships too. For example, I didn't know how to switch the anti-aircraft from one side to the other, but pressing the O key will switch it from one side to the other. So that was a useful tip. I didn't know that. So we'll pull up the map. And we'll position our ship behind. It's doing that again. Wargaming fixed that. We're going to put it behind this island.
Autopilot mode enabled.
Okay? We're going to put it right behind there. And then maybe later on we'll come back and we'll do additional moves for my aircraft carrier. First thing I'm going to do is bring out the rocket planes. These are Wildcat fighters. And they look pretty good.
Airborne.
Now, initially I'm able to steer with the mouse, and I do have atrocious ping. There's nothing I can do about that. I live out between two sticks and a weed, and the only internet service I have is satellite, and nobody else has come down here yet. I keep begging them, but they're like, we don't service your area yet. Half a mile away, they service the area. But the additional ability with these planes is you can call down fighters to a location. So see that T key on the bottom? I have two consumables of that. I can pull down fighters on top of my ships if I want to. And what you heard there was the automated systems in my ship going off to address enemy aircraft that are nearby. I'm not going to make that hit, but that battleship back there, I might be able to hit him. Let's see what we can do. Come on, come on. Look at that flak. Look at that flak. Here we go. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Taking fire. Returning.
Now that was way off. And his fighters are up. Yep. And that's not going to last for long. So we'll go back to the carrier and we'll launch torpedo bombers.
Waypoint reached. Destination reached.
But look at the spotting. I got 8 spotting ribbons already. If you have a mission to get spotting done, CV is the way to go. You're going to get your spots real quick and in a hurry. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to deliberately look at here. He's got fighters posted here. That's a smart player. He's posting fighters up to prevent me from getting out there. And what I want to do is I am going to counter that. I'm going to call down fighters on my location. He's probably going to take out my bombers here fairly quickly. Yep. Okay. Well, that's kind of dumb on my part to fly right into him anyway. So that's on me. So we'll grab some dive bombers, which seem to be the American specialty. And these are Vought Vindicators. The Vindicator actually saw its best service with the British and Commonwealth forces in the Southeast Asia and India theater of war. It was also used by the Coastal Command in Britain, patrolling the Bay of Biscay and whatnot, looking for U-boats. But it wasn't favored necessarily by the United States. It was a rather slow aircraft. It had a top speed of about 250 miles an hour. So we'll fly over here and we're going to see if we can't prevent some enemy planes from coming over and attacking our battleships. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get over here right on top of our battleships. And I'm going to drop those fighters. And that's going to help protect those ships against his planes coming over. And we'll go, okay, there's one plane shot down too.
Taking fire.
So that was a smart move on my part. I actually did something smart. How about that? Okay, so we're going after this battleship. It's nose in. I'm going to start my approach.
Engaging enemy. Taking fire. Returning.
And there's 2 hits. And I do not want to go near his carriers at all. You learn that quick. Do not go near his carriers. For God's sake, man, you're young. Live. I'm coming around, but the flak is just chewing me up. By now, my torpedo bomber should be back up. Yep. So, bot damaged a bot. Do bots get banned?
Present course.
Can you ban a bot? I don't know. How's Wargaming work that? If a bot turns pink, is it restricted to co-op battles? I'm wondering. Making the systems automated on the aircraft carrier, the defensive systems and whatnot, really, really cuts down on CV sniping. It makes it extremely difficult for the players to snipe other CVs right at the start of the game. That does not, however, prevent any destroyer from copying an attitude and getting in there and doing some damage. I'm going to do something that you probably shouldn't do. I'm going to attack that destroyer with torpedoes. He is exposed. He's right there. He doesn't seem to be motoring along very quickly. And he's maneuvering that way. So what I can do is I can drop ahead of him. He's not going that fast. We're going to drop right on top of him. And I have the speed boost for my torpedoes, and those look good. Those look good. And there's a... Yep, got him. Oh, there's fighters over there. No, 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 no. We're not going to go there. What we are going to do is go back over our ships. Again. I want to know how he has multiple planes up at one time. I haven't figured that out yet. He's controlling several squadrons at once. So I'm going to drop fighters right now over that battleship. And any enemy planes that come over there are going to have a hard time. So I'm going to maneuver over here. I see a cruiser over here. I'm going to see what I can do about that. He seems to be parking behind that island.
Our victory is in sight.
We're under attack.
Again, bring the reticle around. Start my approach.
Engaging enemy.
And see, he maneuvered out of that. So those are probably going to miss.
Returning to ship.
Okay. Well, by now, my other squadron of torpedo bombers is up, so I'm going to pull those up.
Airborne.
And there's a nice, fat, juicy battleship right there in the middle of the map. Right over there. I have to use the A and D key. In my forum post, I suggested that they just get rid of the A and D key. Just use the mouse to maneuver the planes. It's much better. The W and S key for the speed, yes, I of course keep that. But the A and D key to go left and right, just use the mouse. See, I want to turn with the mouse, but it's not letting me turn with the mouse. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Fix that, please. I'm using the A and D key. Look at this. See how clunky it is? It's like I'm drunk trying to walk down a hallway, banging on both walls. Okay, my approach looks good. Can we hit it? Can we do it?
We're under attack.
Oh, he's going to be dead before I even launch.
Approaching target. Taking fire. Returning.
You know what? Screw you, carrier. Damn the fighters full
We're
speed
under
ahead.
attack. Approaching target.
That didn't work very well, did it? No, it didn't. Okay, well, let's see what dive bombers can do. How about that? Because my lag or ping, I think, is causing my attack fighters to bounce. So the reticle will be on the target, and then it's not on the target anymore. I think that's what's happening. And I have to give props to the enemy carrier. He's making smart use of his fighter consumables. But he's out of friends. He's got one cruiser that's, I believe, way over here on the other side of the screen. So, when I get over our battleship there, I want to know how he's running two squadrons at once. I think I'll ask him after the game how he's able to put up two squadrons at one time. He's actually got three. But anyway, like I said, I'm going to get over our battleship here, and I'm going to drop fighters right on top of him because he has put fighters over there as well. So we'll see what happens.
Our victory is in sight.
Fighter airborne. We're under attack.
Bring it a little bit forward of the ship. Start my approach.
Approaching target. Taking fire. Returning to ship.
And that was a little bit short. Missed him a little bit. Come back around. See if we can get a cheap shot on this carrier. Don't know if that's a player or not. Don't know. But see, he's helpless. He's just sitting there.
Approaching target. We're
And it's
under
going to drop
attack.
over there.
Returning.
See? I think that's my lag. I really do. I do far better with torpedo bombers, so that's what I'm going to bring up. Torpedo bombers.
Airborne.
I just can't help but think just how many different variations of camouflage they could have for these aircraft. I mean, it would be neat. They could actually still even have a contest where players would be given a template and they could submit, their designs with symbols and whatnot to wargaming, and that's game. We win. So, how did we do? Well, we sank a destroyer, which was pretty darn good. And we didn't do a whole lot of damage, but we did contribute. We got 8 spotting ribbons. We shot down 4 of his planes. We sank a destroyer. We got 2 bomb hits and 2 torpedo hits. So overall, I'm pretty satisfied. I know those aren't big numbers, but hey, it's something, right? It's a lot better than it was. So I guess it does get better. But hey, that's the Ranger. That's where it's at right now. This is coming to the game. You cannot stop it. It's like a force of nature. It's coming in January in 8.0. By God, ladies and gentlemen, get on the test server. Try it out. Understand how it works. What are the strengths and weaknesses? Don't wait for it to go live and then sit there and complain and whine and quit the game simply because you don't understand anything that's going on, because you didn't take the time to read anything or go onto the forums and look at anything or to try it out here. All right? Again, thank those of you who are watching the video. I appreciate it. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, well, give it a thumbs down. Leave your comments below. You guys be good to each other and have a great day. Bye.